Welcome back, everyone, to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk men's tennis. And with us now, junior on the men's tennis team, Razvan Mag. And first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Bulldogs have had a great start to the season, 11-6 overall, 6-1 in the conference. And talk about the start, being a newcomer here on the Bulldog tennis team, and how the Bulldogs have done so far this season.
Well, it's great to be a Bulldog finally. It's been a long journey to get here, but the start of season, you know, we went on spring break, had some tough matches there with some good teams. But as soon as GLIAC matches started, we were able to get that quick start, go 4-0 in GLIAC matches, and then we ended up playing Northwood on Wednesday, where we had a close loss to them. We lost last year to them, I believe, 5-3, which was close, but we really had them on the ropes this year. We lost two close 3-set matches. We really thought we had them this year, but next we got coming up Grand Valley and Wayne State.
Two big matches coming up here in the next week or so for the Bulldogs. Let's go back to last weekend. The Bulldogs playing two more matches at home after that Northwood match. You started out on Friday against Ohio Dominican, and I know we have some highlights of that match. Talk about the performance by the Bulldogs against Ohio Dominican and what maybe was their first trip here to Big Rapids.
Yeah, they definitely had a really long drive from Ohio, about 8 hours to Big Rapids, but we definitely had two good matches. You know, they're not the strongest teams in the GLIAC, but it was a good practice match coming up to Wayne State and Grand Valley. We were able to work on certain aspects of their game that we're going to need to do well when we play those big teams coming up.
How does your approach change when you're taking on some teams where maybe you're the clear favorite to win the match, and how does your approach change to taking on some of those teams?
Our coach is really big on composure and respecting the level of your opponents. So you got to go in confident. But you don't want to seem cocky, and you want to go in and kind of work and groove your game to a point where you feel comfortable and get ready for the next matches coming up.
Individually, how'd you feel about your play against both Ohio Dominican on Friday and Lake Erie on Saturday?
Pretty good. I've been kind of going through this calf injury that has been lingering for the past few weeks. So Coach sat me out in singles on Saturday morning, give me some rest for Wayne State's match. But I think that the first coming up with doubles, got kind of grooved in slowly with my new partner Otto, who we've been kind of playing around with the lineup a little bit. So it's always different playing with a different partner. You got to get used to the chemistry and how he adapts on the court. So it was a nice experience to kind of groove with a new partner.
Talk about the makeup of this year's Bulldog team. I know some newcomers that have joined the team this year, and obviously some veterans with returning experience. And talk about how that meshes went so far.
We have a very good mesh between leadership with Justin Hermes on the team, with Jack Swan. We got some good young talent coming up with Laurent being a true freshman and having a big impact on our team, playing #1 this year and getting some big wins for us. I feel like this year's team is probably the best team I've been a part of in terms of chemistry, in terms of talent. Although with their tough loss against Northwood, I feel like we're still composed. The coach is doing a good job of keeping us composed, and I think we could take them down at the GLIAC tournament time.
I know you had a chance to play at Lake Superior State after coming from Windsor, Ontario, going into the college level, and then making the transition here to Ferris State. How's that adjustment been for you with the fact that you've changed schools a couple times here?
Yeah, I actually started off playing for Lake State with my roommate as well, who's redshirting this year at Ferris. We both transferred here, so it was quite the experience to go back to Lake State, playing the Dome there, and on those quick courts that I was accustomed to for the 2 years I played there. It was nice to see some familiar faces, but at the end of the day, it's just like getting traded in any sports team. You're on a new team, new coaches. It was a good experience, but I'm happy to be a Bulldog.
Bulldogs, after that 9-0 win over Ohio Dominican on Friday, took on Lake Erie on Saturday, and another big Bulldog win, 9-0, part of a 4-match homestand. And how important is this homestand for the Bulldogs, being able to play 4 matches in a row here at home?
It's always tough going out on the road. Your diet changes, your sleeping habits change. To have a nice homestand here, gives us a little bit of home court advantage. We do have quicker surface than most schools. Do have the indoor surface with the crowd coming out. it definitely helps, being able to sleep in our own bed, having the home court crowd, and just the mesh with the team, being able to stay together during the homestand.
How's that fan support for the Bulldogs, maybe when compared to some other places? I know Ferris State has a long history and tradition here in tennis.
It helps that we have, the PTM program here for sure. A lot of the PTMers came out, for example, for our Northwood match. We had a packed house, and it got us through a lot of the big matches. And, when you're down in the third set, everyone's cheering for you. Kind of gives you that extra little push to be able to come back and pull out the win for the Bulldogs.
A big match coming up later this week, a regional match against Wayne State, then a final regular season match against Grand Valley State at the end of next week. Talk about those two regional matches and how important those are to maybe some of your season-ending goals as you look towards the GLIAC tournament and maybe the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, right now we're ranked in the top 5 in the region. So these next 2 matches are very important for us, being ranked ahead of both Wayne State and Grand Valley. So we got to go in with the mindset, that we got to come out with a W. These are big matches. We win these 2 matches, gives us a good bid for the NCAA tournament after the season is done with. So it's all about staying composed and being ready from the first point when we play those teams.
What's been maybe the most challenging part for you here at Ferris in being both a college tennis player and, of course, a student here at Ferris State University?
It's definitely the balanced lifestyle you got to live, being a student athlete. Going to class, you got practice 2 hours every day. You got workouts, matches on the weekends. You really got to. It's cliche, but you got to put your priorities intact, and that's any college student, college athlete would have to go through. But definitely balancing school and tennis would be the hardest part.
Where do you hope to go maybe in your tennis career or in a career after graduation, after leaving Ferris State?
I am a PTM student, so I definitely love our program. I think Derek's doing a great job. I definitely see myself being in the tennis industry once I graduate. My dad runs a tennis club over in Canada, so that's kind of how I got into tennis, altogether. So I do hope one day, who knows, work with my dad. So that'd be kind of my ultimate goal.
Obviously, in addition to being a student and an athlete, you're an international student here at Ferris from Canada. How's that transition been, and what has Ferris done to help prepare you for something like that?
It's nice having other Canadians on the team with me and other international students. We're definitely the most diverse school in the GLIAC, having students from Spain, having people from Canada, from California. So it's nice having people going through the same kind of transition from their hometown to coming to Big Rapids. So probably the biggest help has been from my teammates in general, just kind of going through the same things we've gone through for being international.
And I know the Bulldogs have some big goals left out there this season, and we appreciate your time, and best of luck to the Bulldogs as you look towards the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
That's going to do it for another episode of Ferris Sports Update. A reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Thanks for tuning in.